today we are going to go over my 15 favorite no-sew Instagram patterns that I have actually tried. So most of these, if not all of them, maybe all except two, I have brought and sold at my markets. So I'm just gonna go over every single one of them and let you know what I think of them. And this is not in any particular order. I'm not going like ranking style. That's too hard for my little brain. We're just gonna be going over them as in the order that I have saved them on Instagram. The first one is a version of a pattern that you've probably made before. It is the Mushy Boys, but it might not be the one that you use. So, and I give them little booties, which is not in the pattern. It's my choice. I like putting booties on my plushies. But this is actually the Loopside Cafe 4-in-1 Mushroom Boy pattern. And they have like the regular kind of like mushroom looking one. They also have a bumblebee version, a frog version, and a little bear version. So they have variations to like the cap. I just use the regular mushroom one. But the reason why I like this one is the way that it's structured compared to the other free one. I don't remember what it is. They look pretty identical. But this is just the one that I like to use. Next, we have a recent favorite. I actually haven't sold any of these. It's these cute little crabbies. And oh my goodness, I love these so much. If you don't know, I go crabbing often. There we go. It's a huge part of like my family. We go crabbing a lot, and I just love crabs. These are cute. I do like eating crabs, but this way I can keep them and I don't eat them. So I love making these in variegated yarn. I have this like pink variegated one, and then I also have a orange variegated one. And I made 4 of these for my market. I think I've only brought them to 2 markets, and none of them have sold, but they've gotten a ton of attention. And as you may know, my last 2 markets just haven't been most successful in terms of people actually buying stuff. So I do not think it's the fault of the pattern or people not liking it. I just think it's been the wrong crowd so far. But these are really fun to make. That's something that I definitely look for in especially no-sew patterns. Sometimes no-sew patterns can be a little bit annoying because you have to kind of maneuver things in a weird way, like where it kind of becomes less of a beginner pattern. And there's a lot of like, I don't know how to explain it. But I genuinely enjoy making these. They're super quick. They're so cute. They make sense. Like the pattern makes sense. And I just love them. The crab was by Hook Crochet Co. on Instagram. Next, we have my own pattern. Shameless plug. But these genuinely sell so fast, especially the black ones and the white ones. So I don't have any black ones to show you because they all sold. But I started making rainbow ones as well. It's my little tiny loaf cat pattern, and they're like so small. These work great for keychains. I actually put them on a little shelf and just make them in a ton of different colors, and people seem to really love them, especially little girls. Little girls gravitate towards these so fast. I sell them for $10 Canadian, and they're super fast to make. I really love them. The only part that is kind of sewing is just embroidering the face, but you can just use a nose if you want. Yeah, it's my own pattern. There's lots of tiny loaf cat patterns out there, but obviously I made this one, so I like mine the best. Ooh. Next, we have the Panda pattern. So this pattern is by Knots by Jack, and I am obsessed with this panda. I think I made 5 initially, and they sold out within like 3 markets or something like that. And now I have 2 left. This one is the first one that I've made in like a dark gray color instead of black. And then they also put little blush on it, and I think it's just adorable. Everyone loves these. Even if they don't buy them, like everyone loves them. I love them. They're super easy. They're really fun to make. They're no-sew. They're a really good size if you make them in like blanket yarn. And there's also a variation, which I use as well, of a Winnie the Pooh version, which have not been selling as much. I think I've sold only one of those. So I've been sticking mostly with the pandas, which is why the pandas are on this list. But if you want to make a Winnie the Pooh, you can definitely use this pattern for that as well. Okay, this next pattern is probably my favorite one to make, maybe my second favorite to make. I love like big fat chunky patterns that have like no little limbs or anything. It's kind of just a blob. But these chubby stingrays are actually the cutest thing I've ever seen. I made 3 for my markets. I've only sold 1, which is very upsetting to me. Actually, I sold 1 in the Christmas time as well. But this is the first stingray pattern I ever tried, and it's so much fun. Like, it's so much fun to make. They're just so chunky. They like barely fit in your hand. This is by buy.eol.co. I feel like at markets, sometimes you just need the right person to come along, because lots of people have thought that these were cute, but then they ultimately went with something else. I'm okay with keeping these. They're so cute. I love them. I love patterns that are fun to make, that I'm not just making it because they sell, I'm making it because I enjoy making them. So that's these. All right, next we have one of the many free patterns by myuniverse64. And she also has a YouTube tutorial for these, but this is my favorite little elephant pattern. I started by making 2 of these in like a gray color, and they both sold on the same day. And then I made like rainbow ones, and no one wanted the rainbow ones, so maybe just stick to blues and grays for this. But I think that the different colored ones are so cute. Focus, please. I think these are just adorable, and they're really easy to make. And they're no-sew. They're nice and chubby. They're a nice size. Big fan. Next we have another myuniverse64 pattern. And, oh, she numbers these. So the elephant was number 17 of her 50 free patterns. And it's just, she calls it a dinosaur, but I don't know. I want to say it's a stegosaurus. And it also has a YouTube tutorial. This is number 12. And I actually just made this today because I've been wanting to try it out, and I haven't found a single dinosaur pattern that I actually enjoy making. I don't know why, but dinosaurs are just a pain in the ass for me to make. It just doesn't feel good to make. I don't know. Me and dinosaurs just don't get along, ironically, even though my channel name is Triceratops. I do like making Triceratops, depending on the pattern. I have found some that I like, but I haven't found any free ones that I like. So I think that this is a very unique looking dinosaur as well. People will know what it is, but it's not just a T-Rex or a Triceratops, which is what most people will make for dinosaur plushies. And I love how chunky it is. It was super quick. It's basically just the only strange stitch you have to know is bobbles, and that's in pretty much every amigurumi pattern, so I really love this one. Okay, so remember when I was saying that the stingrays were my favorite thing to make, and then I was like, maybe it's my second favorite thing to make? It's because these are my favorite thing to make. These are little whales. They're chubby, chunky whales. They haven't sold as well as I thought they would. I really don't know why, but I think I made like 12 of these in one sitting one day. But I just love how squishy and round they are. I really like sea creatures, but they're just so easy and they're so cute. I love that their little fins on the side are just bobble stitches. Like, I don't know if other people like the look of that, but I think it's so cute. And this is by Zao Stitches. Super quick, one color change, not that hard. I love these. Okay, next we have this mini sitting bee. It is adorable. I definitely prefer the sitting bees over the regular, just like facing outward bees. They take slightly longer just because they have the baubles, but I think they're so much cuter. They haven't sold as well as the regular bees, which is disappointing, but I enjoy making them. That is the criteria. That is the criteria here. These are all patterns that I genuinely enjoy making, and they're no-sew and pretty beginner friendly in my opinion. Maybe another time I will do a video on my best-selling free pattern plushies. But this video is about just my favorites in general, not necessarily the ones that are going to sell the best. These do sell though, but just not as much as the other ones, but I think they're so cute. I love them. I love them. This is by berry.tiny.designs. Oh yes, this one is low-sew, but you could definitely just make the wings bobble stitches if you really wanted it to be no-sew. It's very low-sew, like it's literally just this. Okay, so next we have a silly goose. It is by crochet _ crochet, and I'm sure a lot of you already know about this one, but I really enjoy these. I don't necessarily love making them as much as the other ones, just because I don't enjoy crocheting things into the round, if that makes sense. Like, I don't love having to make separate pieces and then crocheting it together, which you have to do with the wings on this one, which is not that big of a deal. Like, it's not that big of a deal. But the thing I love about these is just the finished product is so cute. I love flopping them around. I don't know how to explain it. I think they're just adorable. Like, it's been such a favorite of everyone in my family who has seen them. Like, I just love grabbing the neck. That sounds violent, but it's just like, it's like a little handle. Like, if a baby, they're probably mostly for babies, because I always embroider the eyes. These are one of my favorite baby safe items to make for my markets, but I love just like holding a handful of them. It looks like I went hunting. Like, I just think it's hilarious. They just look hilarious. I love them. They're silly gooses. And I also made a flamingo version that I freehanded the flamingo nose part, beak. And then I also made a mallard version. Okay, next we have another one that maybe some of you already know about, but if you don't, these mini Leggy Froggies, I think are so underrated. No one is buying my regular size Leggy Froggies. Like, no one wants them. Everyone loves the minis, and now this is all that I make because I honestly don't enjoy making the big Leggy Froggies that much. They just take slightly too long, and I think that these ones are cuter. Yeah, that's all there really is to it. These have been selling like hot cakes, and I make them into keychains. People love those. I just think they're so darn cute. Why are they so cute? Look at their faces. Can't like wrap them around like regular Leggy Frog. I mean, I guess you could try. Oh, I did it. I mean, it doesn't look awesome being tied like that, but these are just really fun to make. They're super quick. I love making rainbow colors of these. They sell really well. I sell them for like $10 Canadian. I love holding them, but this is a free pattern by Crocheted by Claudia. This next pattern I also don't have to show you. I've only ever made one of them, and I made it into a car hanger, and it sold pretty quickly. It is a Baby Yoda keychain pattern, and I just really love Baby Yoda. I haven't been able to find very many Baby Yoda patterns that are, 1, no sew, and 2, free, and 3, that actually look good. So I really like this one. It's by Heclegurian. What? I don't know how to say this name, so I'm just gonna put it up on the screen. I love this pattern. I'll see if I can find a picture of my version of it. I probably showed it in another market vlog or something at some point, but I really like this pattern. It was fun to make. It was easy. I love that it has no legs. It just has little arms. And It's no soap, and it's a cute little baby Yoda. All right, next we have a pattern that I actually ended up buying all of the swinging animals from All From Jade, but this one is free, and this is the one that sells the best for me and is the easiest and most enjoyable to make, in my opinion. This is the swinging Froggy. It has a little booty. I feel like a beauty influencer right now. Focus. It has a booty. I like making different shades of the Froggies. This is actually the swinging animal that I have in my car, and I love it. I'm a little bit partial. I love frogs. I love amphibians and reptiles, in case you didn't know. This one has a special place in my heart. And this is by All From Jade on our Instagram. I think the other one is the axolotl, and that one also has sold really well for me. Okay, next we have these mini stingrays. Whoop. They're so cute. I love stingrays. That's why there's 2 stingrays on this pattern list. But these sell awesome. I think they're just so cute. They're really fun to make. You do have to know a few other stitches besides just single crochets. There's no bobble stitches though, if you don't like bobble stitches. But you have to know how to crochet into the back loop, and you also have to do some half double crochets and double crochets for the little, I don't know what this part is called, the fin, the side part. They kind of look like little like saucers. These are also the only 2 I have left. And I love making these in a bunch of different colors. I love patterns that you can make in multiple colors and they still sell well, because I get bored. I have ADHD and I get bored sometimes. So these are small. You can make them in multiple colors. They're really easy to make and they're fast and I love them. Oh, and those are by Chez du Coton Crochet. No, it's just Chez du Coton. Yeah. Where is the chubby frog? Chubby frog, cheeked up frog. Where are you? Literally, where is it? Bro. How did I lose my screenshots? Ooh, chameleon. I should try making that. It's really cute. Maybe I'll do a video trying out free patterns that I want, that I have saved. Diglett. Oh, that one would be really cute too. Wait, what was it? We're looking for the frog. Okay, I found it. Most people probably already know this one, but I love it. It's the cheeky frog. It's called Ted the Thick Toad from Crochet or Crochet_crochet. Oh, and it says it's by Canadian Rue and Crochet, or maybe just the image is by one. I don't know. I'm pretty sure Crochet made this pattern, because she also has a video tutorial for it. But it's got that chunky booty. Super cute. I love patterns that are chonky and that are kind of just balls, like just very round. I love round things. They're just the funnest to crochet. The only sewing on this one is the embroidery of the mouth, but that's optional. I used to stuff my plushies really, really firmly, and this is probably one of the first ones of these frogs that I ever made. And I also used Walmart yarn, so it wasn't as soft. It's like pretty sturdy and stiff, and I stuffed it really hard, so it's like you can, like, it takes effort for me to squish it. Like, look at my hand shaking from squishing it. It's very firm. I just think it's great. I love them. Yeah. It's a tough one. Okay, and then last but not least, we have a Scrappy Snake. So this is by Mona Sheckelcroc. I don't know how to pronounce, but it is a free Scrappy Snake. It's very simple. There aren't really that many instructions. The main instructions are just for the head and the tail, and then you just do a bunch of rounds of single crochets like you would with a normal snake. It also doesn't tell you when to do the color changes. It's really just here's a snake pattern and you can make it scrappy and use up yarn. But I really like the size and the head shape of the snake pattern. I mean, the length I chose, but I love that you don't have to stuff it except for the head. So if you're running out of stuffing, this is a great thing to make. I've had people ask me at my markets if I could make some smaller snakes because my other ones are a little bit bigger, and I love things that encourage you to use up like scrap things of yarn. So I used up, this green was one ball, and then I'm pretty sure that this gray I used up the whole ball. I love snakes. I love reptiles, like I said. I just got a snake, if you didn't see in my last video. I approve of this snake pattern. Here's what I'll do. Cute. I think Gherkin's gonna have a bit of a run for his money. That's the name of my snake. Anyways, that is the last, whoa, I almost whacked myself in the face. That is the last crochet pattern, free on Instagram, in this list. There we go. Here's all the patterns we love. There we go. Nice. Oh no, I dropped one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment down below if you try out any of these patterns or if you already have and what you think of them. Let me know which one you thought looked the cutest, and I would love for you to comment any questions that you have for me. It could be crochet related, it could be just personal questions, it could be about my pets, it could be about my past, like schooling or whatever, I don't know, my career, for a upcoming Q&A. I really need some more questions for that, you guys, so that's why I keep asking and then I keep not making the Q&A because I literally don't have enough questions. So if you could help me out there and give me some questions in the comments, that would be amazing. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, please. That helps me out a lot. And subscribe. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!